Hey guys, it's good to catch up again. I'm looking forward to the afternoon and I'm going to share with you what I'm doing today. A couple of weeks ago, we made a single malt barley mash. It's a whiskey, and that was fermented, and we put it through the still, and we've made a nice whiskey. And this is the product. And it came out really good, because what we used was not just tap water, we used aqueduct water, so no chemicals. And I tell you what, the single malt, you can actually taste the difference, and it's come up really good. So that's what we did last week, and if you haven't seen the video, check it out on the channel called Single Malt Barley Whiskey, and you'll find that on Kickstart Adventures. So if you haven't subscribed yet, do that. Maybe you can hit the notification button to get the latest releases that I put through, and also share it with a friend possibly. That helps the channel as well to grow. So what we're going to do today is we're going to just make a clean, pure spirit. And so to prepare, we have to get our sugar together in water. That's all, sugar and water. And then we're going to steep it. We're going to put the yeast in, let that ferment, and then we're going to make a pure run. Now, there's a difference between a pot still and a reflux still. And so in the next video that I do, I'm going to explain the difference and show you how I go about converting this pot still with a condenser over there into a reflux still. Now, what the reflux still does, just briefly, it basically takes the vapor and it refluxes. We add copper surface, and so right in the head of my pot still, we're going to put all this copper, and basically the vapor has to go through. It attaches itself, the minerals, impurities, some of the water, and drops back down into the still, whereas the pure ethanol goes through and condenses into very high alcohol volume. So my next run, what I'm going to do is I just want to make a pure high ABV pure spirit, clean spirit, and then I can take that and make different spirits with it. I can make a vodka, I can make a gin, I can do bourbon or rum or whatever I want to do by just adding flavor. And so what that does is it gives you a whole big content, a big volume of pure, clean, untainted spirits. And hopefully with the reflux system we get all the other minerals out, the unwanted flavors and the minerals, but the pure ethanol goes through. We bottle that, and then we use that, water it down again, and we use that to flavor spirits. So we add flavoring to the spirit, whether it's gin or vodka or Bacardi or whatever it might be, even a whiskey or a bourbon. You can add flavoring to acquire what you want. So that's what we're going to do this week. So far what I've got is, we've got the pot going. I've filled it up with about that much water, and then I've got the sugar. Okay, 8 kilograms of sugar. We're going to dilute it in there, get it all diluted completely. Then we pour that into our fermenting bucket, and we top it up to about 24 liters. And when the pitching temperature is about 18 to 20 degrees, we add our yeast and we let that ferment. It gets sealed and it gets fermenting for about a week. Once the fermenting process stops, we'll put it through the still. But what we're going to do this coming week is we're going to change this pot still into a reflux still by, in the head over there, adding all the copper mesh, and that then will allow no impurities to go through, and it's going to give us a really high content, a high alcohol content, pure spirit. Then we can work with that pure spirit. We can add, whether it's gin flavoring, rum flavoring, bourbon flavoring, whiskey flavoring, whatever we want. We've got a clean, pure spirit to work with. So that's the plan. So right now I'm going to add the sugar and start diluting this for our clean run, which will come sometime next week. Alright guys, let's do that. the water's heated up nicely. So we basically just add our sugar, that's all we're adding. Good clean white sugar. And that'll give us a beautiful clear spirit. So we're putting 8 kilograms of white sugar into our wash. There we go. Okay, so we've got the gas on. Gas is going, it's heating up nicely, and we just give it a good stir. A good stir to get all the sugar diluted. Okay, let that heat up nicely. Alright guys, so that's the first step. We're just diluting our sugar in the water, and then it's going to go into our fermentation bucket. We'll top it up with water. Once the temperature is at 18 to 20 degrees, we'll put our yeast in, seal it, and let it ferment. And that should give us a really high ABV. So that's the plan for next week. Right. So once that's done, guys, I'll show you the fermenting bucket, and then the video to follow will be converting this pot still into a reflux still, and that's going to help with the alcohol content being lifted up high to hopefully about 80–90%. We'll see how it goes, eh? Alright guys, well here we've got our wash, our sugar wash, and that's going to do the fermenting now over about a week. We've put our turbo yeast in, and after that we're going to make a very high content, hopefully yield a high spirit, high content, alcohol content. So I've measured the specific gravity before fermentation, and that specific gravity, as you can see there, was 1.100. So what we'll do is afterwards, when it's fermented and the bubbling has stopped, we'll measure the specific gravity again, and then do the calculation and see what is the alcohol content, and we should reach about 19–20%. That is a really high alcohol content. Then when we put it through our still that we're going to convert over this week into a reflux still, we're going to get a really high yield. So look forward to next week's video, friends. I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. In the meantime, keep stilling, enjoy the craft, and we'll catch up again. Cheers guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.